What day is it today, Nina? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. Wednesday's my project day. Today started off really poorly. I woke up later than usual, had a bunch of fires to put out that I don't usually have to put out. My dog peed all over the place. My other dog vomited. Crazy. Anyway, what I decided to do, get back on the morning routine, right? Like, this is the thing that used to really hurt me. If my day didn't start right, I would just kind of throw away the day. I would throw away the day and then say, okay, I'm going to get back on the horse tomorrow. And the thing that's really made a huge difference in my life is if the day doesn't start off like you want to, you go back to the routine, right? So I've got a list of things that I do every day. I posted about it to my Instagram story, and I just got back to it. And it meant that I started my work a little bit later than usual, but the feeling that this sucked, it's not how I want it to be, and I'm still going to get up and go crush today, changed everything. And I put on some music, we danced, and then I started working on my Movement Makers presentation for tomorrow, which is awesome, and I just finished it, and I'm on fire, I'm pumped. I got more work to do in the afternoon. This is my break with you guys, and we totally saved the day. Like, I totally forgot about how bad the morning was. Totally forgot how bad the morning was because I decided to just get back on the horse and keep going. And so it's in those moments. It's in those moments when it's not going your way, when you feel low energy, when you want to give up, when you want to just take it easy and throw away the day and say, tomorrow I'll do it again. And say no. Like, make today count. Anyway, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood, especially because I started in not the best mood because of what happened this morning. Right? And so you can make that choice any point. Like, it's 2 o'clock here on the East Coast, 11 o'clock on the West Coast. You can make that choice, right? If today has sucked so far, you can make that choice to save it and make it amazing. There's still tons of time before you go to sleep. So anyway, all right. That's my little rant for the day. Let me know what you guys got. Welcome, Rimanshu. Welcome. Greetings from Morocco. I love it. Welcome, Javi. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome, AG Wolff. Pop your questions down below. We got time. We got a little bit of time. This is my break. I grab a sip of water. It's been a pretty intense day. Not as many hours worked as usual, but insane productivity throughout. So I'm excited and happy to hop on and help you guys out. So let's see what we got. Welcome, McHale. Welcome, Sherri. Hey, Sherri in the house. Welcome, Daniel Fonda Sanjay, Leafy, Sherwita. Xavier, welcome. All right, you got questions? Pop them down below. You want to go live? Oh, yawn Junior one. Let's bring in Yawn Junior. Waiting for Yawn Junior. Oh, Yawn Junior declined. Yawn Junior asked to come in live and then declined. All right, it's all good. Let's get to some questions then. How often do you think about your legacy? I don't think legacy at all. I know that's what drives a lot of people, and a lot of my friends, super successful, that's the thing that they care about. For me, it's zero. Like, what happens when I'm dead? I don't care. I'm dead. That's at least how I think about it. So I don't care what's on my tombstone. I don't care who shows up to my funeral. I don't care if they're talking about me in 100 years or 1,000 years. I care about what can I do now while I'm alive to have the impact that I want to have. That's it. That's it. It's the same thing of, like, I don't look backwards. I don't care what what mistakes I might have made in my teens or 20s. And I also don't think what happens beyond my death. So legacy does not drive me at all. Right? But if it drives you, awesome. Like, if you know that it drives you, then think about it every day. Think about it every single day. If you know that that's a driving force for you. I would say I'm a weird duck in this. I think far more people care about more of my contemporaries, people who are like me and creating content and trying to have an impact. I think more people think about legacy. I'm the weird one. So, yeah, if that fits for you, go all in. Think about it every single day. I think it can be really helpful. But if you're weird like me, then don't worry about it. Think about what you got right now. Okay, questions. Descend light and wow. DS Enlightened Edits. Is that what it is? DS Enlightened Edits? Okay. Any advice for presenting and promoting high-end programs and working when people are used to your one-on-one work? Any advice for presenting and promoting high-end programs when people are used to your one-on-one work? The one-on-one work is the higher end, right? So if you think about a life cycle of a company, you start with the very beginning is going to be your free stuff. That's going to be your content, your Instagram, your YouTube, your any social media content you're making, your website, your newsletter, everything that's free. And you should be giving away a lot for free. But it's the beginner basic stuff, because that's what does well. If I went super high level and then got down to the weeds of YouTube, like if I look at what's in my YouTube course, that's a high end product. If I looked at that and started talking about that consistently on my channel, all the videos would tank, would die, because it's too advanced. People don't want advanced stuff. Some people will, but not the majority of people. Most people want beginner stuff. So you think about your social, your website, your newsletter as the beginner stuff to get people interested, to get people hooked, to get people in the right mindset, all that kind of stuff. Then you have some entry-level products. So it could be a book. Where's my book? Somewhere? My book, I should have it around me. You have the book, right? It's like the book is a $27 product. I don't know what the ebook is or the audio book. It's a pretty entry-level product, right? I don't make any money off the book. But you have some entry-level product for people to go from free into paid. Then you can move up the scale, right? For me, the next step would be the Movement Makers program, right? So that's twice a month, live coach with me, 85 minutes. Tomorrow's my next one. We're talking about influence and persuasion, and that's where you get me for an hour and a half or almost 2 hours answering your questions and training, right? We're going deep on certain topics. So tomorrow we're talking about influence and persuasion. Super excited by it. And every 2 weeks we ask the audience, we ask the people who are part of that program, hey, what do you want Evan to talk about at the next session? And then I create my presentation around that, and then it's Q&A for 2 hours, right? 85 minutes. And that's $49 a month, right? So you go from free, lots of free content on my YouTube videos, to book, to something like Movement Makers that's ongoing. Still a relatively low price point, right? $49 a month compared to a lot of the other programs. And then you can move up to higher ticket stuff, whether it's a YouTube course. There's different packages, but the cheapest one I think is $9.97. And then at the very top would be working with you. Access to your time is the highest ticket because you can't get that back. So look at those steps and see along the way, where are you missing the chain, right? Do you have enough free content to get people in? Do you have an entry-level product to get people to move from just being kind of a lurker to being a customer, to then some kind of like the next step up from that, if it's a membership or a entry-level mastermind or something, to then your course, the big one, to then one-on-one time with you. That's a good value chain to get people to then build a business. Cool? Hope that helps, man. Good luck. Why can't I click? Here we go. Okay. What else? Marcus Black. I released my first book during the pandemic. Any ideas how to best market and promote it in our current economy? Hey, welcome to the club. I released my book during the pandemic too, right? Awesome. You know, don't blame the pandemic. You keep looking at what online stuff you can do. So you should be doing outreach. You should be looking at anybody who's following you on social, who has any kind of significant accounts, and message them and say you've written a new book. You'd love to send them a free signed copy. I'd be looking at interacting with people who've done a lot of work in your field, who have complementary audiences to what you're doing, and see if you can bring value to them, being a guest on their show, doing an IG live, doing a Zoom call, getting on their YouTube channel. A lot of people are going live right now on Instagram. A lot of people are doing more YouTube videos by Zoom, right? As opposed to you. So for me, I'm not, normally right now I'd be flying out to LA and doing a whole bunch of different shows and interviews, and instead I'm doing stuff from here. If I look at my day tomorrow, Thursday, it's going to be jam-packed full of interviews and podcasts and hangouts and Skype calls and Zoom calls, talking about the book in a lot of cases and doing other interviews in some other cases. So you look at people who are already in your circle, who know you, who can potentially support you, and you ask them for their help. we've been sending out our books to people who we've done top 10s on and work with, and asking them to talk about it, asking them to do a read of it, right? And everything you do is online. Everything that you would have done offline, you do online. And if anything, it only lives longer and gives you even more exposure. So that's what we do. And congrats, man. Writing the first book is awesome. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to, you think the writing part is hard, the marketing becomes even harder than the writing part. So best of luck, man. Get it out there. ABS, how do you calculate advertising spend on a building? How do you calculate advertising spend on a building? Oh, advertising space. Sorry. How do you calculate advertising space on a building? That's hard. Usually it's just what other people are charging, right? There's usually some version of that. Just like how much do you charge for rent? What's the market going to bear, right? What are the comps in your area? How much do you sell your house for? What are the comps in the area, and how is yours better or worse? Right? So advertising space on a building, look at what other buildings are close, look at what park benches are close, look at what any kind of outdoor advertising is, and then can you justify a premium or not over those, because it's going to get more exposure, because it's a different kind of, clientele coming, but so that you have a range, right? The comps give you a range for what you can expect. And then you have to make your case inside that range to say, hey, here's why we should be at X. And then you see if you can get that price. At the end of the day, it's still going to be what the market will bear, what the customer will say yes to. But you start by getting a range. Just like when you want to sell your house, you look at the comps and you get a range of what your house should sell for. And then you want to make the case for why you should be in the higher end of that range, right? As opposed to the lower end. Good luck. Rena, tips on editing podcasts versus putting content out there as is. Nothing should get in the way of releasing content. Nothing should get in the way of releasing content. So if you have time to edit, awesome. If you don't, release it as it is. This is one of the biggest things that holds people back from making content. Myself included, guys, myself included. My first channel, my main channel, I started 11 years ago, April 2009. So it's 11 years now. April 9, 2009, I think that's what it was. Or April 13th or something. April something, 2009. And I didn't start really making a lot of content until I went and hired an editor. And that was a mistake. I should have started releasing content sooner. Unless you have ambitions to be an editor, you're training the wrong skill. You're just spending too much time on the wrong skill as opposed to helping you actually get the skill that you need, which is going to be how to host a great podcast. So if you're a podcaster, you need to be able to be concise with your messaging. You need to be able to have a message that impacts people. You need to bring on guests that people care about. You need to work on asking better questions. You need to work on getting to the meat of issues and changing people's lives through the process of doing the interviews. All those are skills you need to work on. That if you're only making an episode a week or an episode every 2 weeks or an episode a month because you're so worried about editing, you're never going to get good at the skill that you actually need to get good at because you're spending too much time on the thing that you don't really care that much about that you think has to get done. So a good example is on my own channel, my Espresso channel. Last week I was recording. I was sick. I had this giant headache, and I wasn't in charge of my thoughts as much as I wanted to be. I knew I wouldn't be able to last as long as I wanted to last. And so I switched up the format and I sat right here where I'm sitting instead of my usual studio. I'm sitting right here and I said, guys, I got a huge headache. I'm going to try something different. I'm just going to watch the video and then react to it because I can't get through a normal full session. Record, post, and they're up right now. If you go to the morning motivation channel, you'll see them up there. Now it still is edited by my team, but I didn't do as much as I normally would because I wasn't capable at the time. But there's no day that a video is not going up. And so I would take that approach with your podcast. Every week, at least the podcast has to be going up. And if you can edit it, awesome. If you can't, then it goes up because you have to start training the right skill, which is you being great as a podcast host and a thought leader. Good luck. Hope that helps. Salah, I'm a developer. I'm a developer, specialty mobile development. I've got lots of ideas, but my problem is once I get into something, and then the question gets cut off. Once you get into something, then what happens? You lose energy, you lose focus, you don't know how to market it. What's the rest of that question? What's the rest of that question? All right, let's hey, book thinkers in the house. Appreciate you. Welcome aboard, man. If you don't know Nick's channel, you got to go check out Book Thinkers. Lots of content around how to find amazing books to change your life. Jay wants to come in live. Okay, glow up with Jay. Let's bring glow up with Jay in. Let's see what we got here. Glow up with Jay. Let's bring her in. Hello.
Hey.
Oh ho. Hey. How are you?
Wow.
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. I wasn't expecting you to say yes.
You asked.
Hi.
You never know what's gonna happen. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Wow. I need a moment. And I wish I had my selfie stick. But so my question, I thought it was really funny that you answered a question about podcasting because
Okay.
I've been really struggling with some mindset related stuff, really. But about when it's okay to approach people about asking them to come on my podcast and interview them. It's still very new, and I was mostly starting because I was listening to you a little bit, just start anyway and see if I even like it. And I do. I'm an introvert, and that's part of my brand is to help introverts make more money from home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to know that I could do podcasting consistently. So I am at 1 episode a week currently.
Nice.
And I want to start collaborating and bringing people to the platform, but I've just built the audience, and I'm not very good at marketing it just yet. So any feedback would be great.
So there's a couple things in there. When you ask when is it too soon to go off and talk to people, you can ask people right away. It doesn't mean you're going to get a yes, but you're not going to offend them, right? I mean, don't follow up every single day and say, hey, are you ready yet? Hey, you ready yet? Hey, you ready yet? Right? But you make your list of people who you'd like to have on, and then you reach out, and most people won't even write back to you. Most people won't even see the message. That's okay. Don't take it personally. Even for my book, I'm writing to people who I know, who I've made videos on, who I've helped support a lot of their stuff, and some people aren't even writing back, right? It's just part of the game, right? I mean, I was talking to one guy today, and his mom is in the hospital because she has COVID and she's worried. Just my book right now is nowhere near top of his priority, and I totally get that, right? People have busy lives, and so it's never too soon to reach out. You share the story. Your angle's not going to be, hey, I'm going to get you exposure to 1 million people. Your angle's going to be, I'm an introvert. I'd love your help to either help you with something like an interview where they're going to help you with something that you're facing, or you'd love to help share their story to other introverts and be a part of your success story. And some people would really resonate with that, and some people would be like, no, I don't want to do it, and that's okay. That's just part of the game. So it's never too soon to reach out with your story.
And I appreciate that. I know for me, it's definitely like learning how to not take stuff so personally. So I know that's my thing. I take things very personally. I'm a sensitive type. So I've just been trying to get out of my own head about it. And thank you guys. I appreciate the comments. Send me a message. I don't know. I can't message from the live, so I appreciate that. But I just, as far as podcasting goes, what would be your strategy for getting better at marketing it so you can attract more people?
So a couple of things. One, I would bring on guests who can either who have a name, who then you can use their name to go get other people. And so, Evan Carmichael means something to some people and means zero to other people, right? So you want to bring on people who mean something to the community that you're trying to connect with. And then you leverage their name to go get other people and other people and other people. Or you connect with people who have a list who will be willing to share it and market and promote it. Okay. I would take every episode that you do and then break it up into the 3 most fire clips from that person. This is what I do. So I'll tell you exactly what I do. When I bring guests onto my shows, so who do we just have today? Nina, who do we do today? Tony Robbins? Okay, so Tony Robbins. So I did an interview with Tony Robbins. I had him on my show. We took the 3 best clips. So that was like a 30-minute conversation or something. We took the 3 best clips of that. And then what day is today? What day is today? May? I don't even know. 6th?
Wednesday, May 6th, yeah.
May 6th? Okay, so the 6th of every month is Tony Robbins Day for us, which means we're going to promote one of our Tony Robbins fire clips on Instagram in our stories. So if you watch my stories, you'll see every day we promote an interview that I did with somebody. So the 6th of every month, so May 6th, June 6th, July 6th, is going to be Tony Robbins Day. And we're going to take the 3 best clips and cycle them through. So May 6th is clip number 1, June 6th is clip number 2, July 6th is clip number 3, and then August 6th is back to clip number 1 again.
Wow. Okay.
And then we tag them. We tag them. And a lot of times people will share it. I don't know if Tony he's shared some of them. He doesn't share it every time. This morning, Brendan Burchard shared a post that I did tagging him. And so you make them look good, right? It's not about making you look good. It's about making that person look good. And then you tag them in the story, and it's easy for them just to reshare it to their audience as well. And they'll look at that.
Okay.
Oh, who's this J person? Who's this glow J person? I'm gonna go check her out, right? It's super easy for them to just share it. And so you take your 30 best interviews and you assign a day of the month for that person, and then you're every day tagging somebody in the content.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. That's wow. I didn't think about that, so thank you. And it did kind of expose that I've even had a talk with someone that's a brand strategist, and it does seem like that's a big part of it, is making them look good on the branding side of marketing. So yeah,
the best
really,
way to
really
make
helpful.
somebody look good, sure, like and I know it's not going to be your intention to have somebody come on and try to make them look bad, right? You're not going to have people come on and like, hey, my goal is to embarrass you or to try to make you look stupid. The best thing you can do, the best way to make them look good is by them actually being good and helping you through a problem. So if you're going to have a branding person come on, it should be about helping you build your brand. Not just about generic like brand. Hey, how does somebody market their brand? Not a generic question. You say, hey, I just started this podcast. I don't know what to do with my brand. What do you think I should do? And they're coaching you through the process. So you bring on guests who there's something that you want to learn from, and then ask them personal questions that help you. And in helping you, they're helping your audience as well. It's the biggest mistake most podcasts make, is you ask questions that you think your audience will care about instead of asking questions that actually help you personally.
Okay. Thank you, actually. And it's been tricky because I'm looking for introvert professionals and entrepreneurs only. So it does take some kind of sourcing to find that out. So I appreciate that too. Thank you.
So I'm an introvert entrepreneur.
You are. You're one of my favorite ones.
So how come you haven't asked me to be on your show?
I would love for you to be on my show. I would love for you to be on my show. It's still very small, but I would love for you to be on my show. If you are open to that, please be on my show.
So I will come on your show. DM me after this, and I'll connect you to my assistant. And what you this is the lesson, right? So as I was talking to you about just asking people, and it's never too soon. The next step should be, hey, Evan, you're one of my favorite entrepreneurs. You're an introvert too. Will you be on my show? And the worst I'm going to say is, I can't right now. I'm not going to say, I hate you. Never talk to me again. Right. And I know that it's hard, especially being an introvert. It's hard. But that's the lesson. It's to take immediate action. When I was in Puerto Rico a couple months ago, and I asked Brendan Burchard for advice on how to promote my book, he said the best thing you can do is have people read the book. So you take passages from the book and you ask people to read it. And so even though in my head, I was saying I should ask Brendan to read the book. He just gave me this idea. I should ask him, like, Brendan, will you be my first guy? And my heart's like, boom, 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 like out of my chest. And okay, I have to do it. And so I asked him, and he said yes. And he could have said no, and lots of people, you know, will say no or just completely ignore you. But the willingness to jump in and just ask the question, because if you don't ask, you're taking the yes away from them. You're saying no
Yeah.
for them, right? So good. So you're gonna do your episode. I'm excited. DM me, we'll make it happen. And then what you
Thank
should do
you.
is use my name afterward. You should do exactly what we talked about. Take the 3 best clips, and every like 10th of the month is Evan Carmichael Day, and you make me look good so that I want to share it with my audience. And then you use my name
Okay.
to other entrepreneurs. There's a good chance people would know who I am. Introvert professionals, maybe not. So, you know, you use my name to go after, like, look at who's following me. That's a good sign on Instagram, and see who else is an introvert or might have introvert tendencies, or people who you kind of mess with, and then reach out to them once our episode is done to say, hey, we did Evan Carmichael. Will you come on my show too?
Right. Thank you. I am so excited.
All right.
Thank you so much.
It's happening.
I appreciate this.
Much love.
And for allowing me to be on the live today. Thank you.
Let's go. Thank you for the love. Good luck. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. I love it. I love it. I love it. For Life Fitness, I'm an introvert. Introverts unite. We got lots of introverts in the house. Okay, let's do a couple more super quick. Any suggestions on narrowing down your niche? Think about who you were, and even who you are. Like, think about who you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, who you still are, and then how can you marry that? So even just with Jay coming on, introvert plus entrepreneur. There's lots of introverts, there's lots of entrepreneurs, but now when you combine them, it makes it even more powerful. If that still is too broad, then think about something else that you care about, right? Introvert entrepreneurs who also, you know, are gamers, right? Something based off of what you do, what you like, what you mess with is the easiest way to narrow it down, because you'll connect with them on a much deeper level. How do you get better at getting to the meat? Pattern recognition. So doing more, right? Practicing, and then watching your own stuff back. Watching your own stuff back is probably really painful right now. And it's fine. It should be, because you're your own biggest critic. But watch it back and say, okay, how should I have done that better? Because if you don't watch back the tape, it's really hard to get better. Watch it back with a critical but loving eye, and then ask yourself every single time, how can I make it better? How can I make it better? How can I make it better? Jeff, the entrepreneur in the house. One qualifying question to have people in your life. I don't ask a question, it's more a vibe. So I want people who are positive, who are optimistic, who believe, who are chasing down their dreams, who are just positive energy. And what I'll often do is, some people you can tell, I mean, your energy already speaks about you before you even open your mouth. When you walk into a room, your energy is already speaking for you. So I'm paying attention to that. And then I'm looking at how much do people want to grow. So some trigger things for me. For example, when somebody says, take it easy, at the end of a conversation, hey, Evan, great, thank you so much, take it easy. So don't ever tell them to take it easy. I don't like it. I don't want to take it easy. Even if I am on my downtime, it's not taking it easy. It's with intention. And so out of every conversation, there'll be some kind of action item, some kind of push, and say, do they respond to it? Are they my people or not? But it's definitely more energy than it is a specific question. One last question. What do we got? How do I grow and keep my followers on social media? I want to eventually monetize. 80% of winning on social is fire content every day. Make content that you would like. Would you follow you? Would you subscribe to you? I would follow my own account. I would subscribe to my own YouTube channels. I make them for me, and then I share them with other people. It's the messages that I need for myself, and then I share that with the world. So would you even follow you? And for too many people, it's a no. It's like, I'm just kind of reposting stuff and thinking, grabbing some quotes, but it's not that interesting. Great. Like, don't post that stuff. Create an account where you would follow you. If you're doing that, then than daily, consistently, right? I post 3 times a day to Instagram. I post 6 to 12 times a day to YouTube on different channels. Bless you. It's the consistency and the follow through. That's 80% of winning. If you're not winning yet on any platform, it's typically because of one of those 2 things. It's not about the hashtags. The hashtag's not going to save you. Bless you again. Daily fire content. Let's go. All right. Break's over. Thank you guys for the love. Happy Wednesday. It is a Wednesday. I will see you again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Continue to believe. Have an amazing day. Much love, guys.